Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise from April 2025. It was quite a month in tech.
Definitely packed.
Yeah, so we're zeroing in on what really matters. Think a big antitrust ruling, some major moves on AI chips, smartwatch updates, and crypto getting, well, closer to Wall Street.
hmm
You shared your sources with us, listener, and we've dug through them to pull out the key stuff.
And our goal today is really just to figure out what these big headlines actually mean, for the future without all the jargon.
Exactly. Let's jump right in with that Google antitrust ruling. April 17th, this was big.
Huge. And specifically about their ad tech, not search this time.
Right. The court basically said Google monopolized parts of the online ad market, specifically publisher ad servers DFP and their ad exchange AdEx.
Yeah, the core issue, according to the court, was Google forcing publishers to use both DFP and AdX, sort of tying them together.
Okay, so if you used one, you pretty much had to use the other.
Essentially, yeah. It made it incredibly hard for anyone else to compete in that space. Plus, they had these, restrictive contracts and bought up competitors.
Sounds pretty comprehensive. Judge Brinkema's decision was long, too, I heard.
Oh, yeah, 115 pages. Shows the complexity. It really laid out how they allegedly squeezed out the competition.
So what's the upshot? Longer term, maybe more competition, lower ad costs.
That's the hope, yes. More competition could definitely push prices down eventually.
But for, say, a small business advertising right now, any immediate change?
Probably not much. Google's almost certainly going to appeal this.
Right, appeals take forever.
They do.
Yeah.
So immediate impact, minimal. But it's still significant because this is what, the third DOJ antitrust win against
The
Alphabet?
third one, yeah. Though this one's squarely focused on ad tech. Shows regulators are definitely watching closely.
No question.
Okay, let's shift gears. From the courts to geopolitics and tech, AI chips.
Right. The U.S. tightened export controls again in April, specifically hitting NVIDIA's H20 chip and one from AMD, too.
And the H20 chip, wasn't that one designed specifically to meet the previous U.S. rules?
Exactly. That's what makes this interesting. It was meant to be compliant, but now even it's restricted. Shows how concerned the U.S. is about these chips ending up in, Chinese supercomputers, national security concerns.
So the restrictions are getting tighter and tighter. What's the impact on NVIDIA? Must be big.
Oh, significant.
Yeah.
They reported something like a $5.5 billion charge related to this. It's a major financial hit.
Wow. And for China, does this slow them down or just push them harder?
Probably the latter, honestly. It likely just accelerates their own push to develop domestic AI chips. Companies like Huawei with their 910C chip, they'll get more focus.
Makes sense. Heard NVIDIA's CEO was even in China in April.
Yeah, there were reports of a visit. Shows how critical that market is, even with all the restrictions. It's all part of this bigger U.S.-China tech rivalry and, the whole delicate semiconductor supply chain situation.
Okay, let's lighten things up a bit. Smartwatches. Stuff you might actually wear.
Right. Updates for both Google's Pixel Watch and Samsung's Galaxy Watch lineup in April.
Pixel Watch had that weird step count issue, didn't they?
They did. Yeah, they pushed an update that apparently way overestimated steps.
Yeah.
So they actually had to roll that back in a second April update. Fixed it, though.
Good, they fixed it. Anything else for Pixel?
Yeah, the bigger news was probably Wear OS 5.1 finally rolling out to all the models. So feature parity across the board now.
Yeah.
Things like the menstrual health tracking in Fitbit, better media control, stuff like that.
Okay, consistency is good.
Oh.
And loss of pulse detection for the Watch 3.
Starting to roll out for the Pixel Watch 3 in the US, yeah.
Gotcha. And Samsung. Galaxy Watch 6 and 7 series.
Mostly stability improvements, security patches for March 2025. They're also continuing to integrate their One UI 7 deeper with Samsung Health features, just refining their ecosystem, really.
Makes sense. Keeping things smooth and secure.
Exactly.
All right, final topic. Crypto and Wall Street. It seems like they're getting cozier.
Definitely seeing more interaction in April. Kraken is expanding into stocks and ETFs now.
Oh, interesting. So a crypto exchange moving into traditional assets.
Yeah. And TMTG, that's Trump Media, partnered with Crypto.com for crypto-based ETFs. Even the Trump family is launching a Bitcoin mining venture. American Bitcoin, they're calling it.
Huh. So it's coming from different angles. What's driving this?
Well, a few things. Continued institutional investment is key, partly fueled by the success of those spot Bitcoin ETFs. BlackRock's IBIT holds over $18 billion now.
18 billion. Wow.
Yeah, it's massive. Plus, there's maybe some anticipation of a potentially more crypto-friendly regulatory vibe depending on future politics. And we're seeing Bitcoin maybe act a bit more independently from stocks sometimes.
And some companies are just going all in, right? Like Strategy used to be MicroStrategy.
Absolutely. They just keep buying more Bitcoin. I think their holdings are well over 500,000 BTC now. It just shows this convergence is real and picking up steam.
So wrapping it all up from April, we've got regulators pushing back on big tech, global tensions affecting chip supplies, actual user feedback improving our watches, and finance worlds blurring.
It's a lot of change happening fast, and it all feels kind of connected.
Yeah, it really does. So here's something for you, the listener, to think about. With all these shifts, regulation, AI, devices, finance, which single area do you think will actually hit closest to home for you? Like change your daily life the most in the next year or so?
It's a great question. How might these different threads weave together?
Exactly. Food for thought. This has been our deep dive for today, but we'll keep tracking these important stories. Thanks for joining us.